Okay, in this video, we're going to continue our practice with the chain rule by looking at some harder examples of using the chain rule. In the last one, we were doing pretty simple ones where it's just quite obvious what to do. But in this one, we're going to start with some like medium-ish examples that you'll probably see sometime around. So let's start with A. So we have sine of x squared plus x, right? With the chain rule, we have to just remember that the chain rule says that you have to take the derivative of the outside of and then keep the inside the same, and then take the derivative of the inside and multiply it at the end, or chain it to the end. So always the hardest part is finding what's in the middle, or not what's in the middle, what's in the intersection. So this is the intersection, right? So this is our g of x in this case. And we can find its derivative pretty easily, right? Using the power rule, it's just 2x plus 1. And then the outside, which is sine, we can find its derivative pretty easily using one of the rules, which is cosine. So now we just combine it all together using the formula, right? So I just combining, ready? Cosine of the inside times the derivative of the inside, and then we're done. We can make it look nicer if you want to, or you can keep it like this. It's still correct nonetheless. B, this is the harder example. Let me write that a little bit better. Sine of 2t. Right? Notice that it is actually a lot of derivatives. There's three functions, kind of. There's this inner function here, there's this kind of inner function here, and then here's the outside function. So it's three parts. Let's try to just think about this. So I'm going to say d dt of this right? You have to do the chain rule. So what we want to do is we want to do the outside, right? Secant squared of, and then keep the inside the same, right? No matter what's in the inside, we always want to keep it the same. And we want to multiply it by the derivative. I'm going to write it like this, just to make it more clear, of the inside. Right? So now we just continue on. What is this derivative? Right? Well, derivative of a constant goes away, right? So it's just really the derivative of sine, or yeah, the derivative of sine. So it is 0 minus the derivative of this, and we have to use the chain rule here again. So I'm going to take the derivative of the outside, keep the inside the same, and then multiply by the derivative of the inside, which is this 2, right? So this is all multiplied to this. So now it's just the total derivative, or the derivative of the whole thing, was the secant squared 5 minus sine 2t multiplied by this is 0. We can just get rid of it. Cosine, I'll put the 2 in front here, 2t. And then we can make it look nicer if we want to, but we're done. So just remember, sometimes we have to use it more than once. And the formula, or like you can do it through this process, right? Just remember this is kind of like an operator. We can also remember as this. So let's just say J is equal to f of f of g of h, right? So it's like a triple. So that means J prime of x is equal to f prime of g. You keep the inside the same, remember, and then you chain it on this. You have to keep the derivative of the inside the same, and then you chain on the end. It's kind of like a thing, and you can continue this pattern on if you have more than one, but that's the general idea of chain rule.